going to very quickly do some ins and outs of the last month. Today is October 15th, and here is what's out. Genre fiction, like hard genre fiction. This is like hard thriller. 2 weeks ago, I read like hard sci-fi with that like one Jeff Vandermeer book. Turns out that regardless of if I liked it or not, which in this case I did not, the end result is still the same for both of those books, where it's just so ungrounded and like irrelevant to my life that outside of the immediate entertainment, being left with nothing. I finished the book and it's already like deleting itself, names and events. That book was almost 800 pages and I have very little to say about it. Same with the Vandermeer book. Combined to like 1,500 pages, and now that I'm on the other side of both, I'm getting so much FOMO about how many books that could have applied to. Like 1,500 pages, and I spent it on that. I don't know, not doing that again. Inversely, what is in right now is essay collections. So I'm in the middle of a couple, but Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde, Conversations with Kiarostami. This one's like interview about like the movies he's made. Be Not Afraid of Love by Mimi Zhu. This is another movie one, but Time Tells. And then lastly, Inciting Joy by Ross Gay. A lot of range in these. They're about like very different things. But the cool thing about reading them at the same time is seeing how much overlap there is. Like, for example, in these first three, the second essay of Sister Outsider is about poetry. I think it's called Poetry is Not a Luxury. And then in the interview for Where's the Friend's House, Kiarostami talks about the influence that poetry had on him, like in his filmmaking, talks at length about various like Persian and Iranian poets. And then Be Not Afraid of Love is very much about trying to put like the amorphous kind of unfelt feelings into words and just like dredging up things that are otherwise pretty hard. And that's like a very central theme of poetry in general, like the processing aspect. So all three of these books about like very different things all have like universal through lines just in general, like the humanities, whether it's like politics or like the arts with like movies and film, or just like emotional understanding. They all are just about people expressing themselves and boil down to like very similar things. Super cool, like enjoying reading them together as like little things that you can kind of bridge to each other. But yeah, a lot of range in those, so I'm not struggling to pick something up to read. And it's cool. I've been kind of in a slump, mostly just reading that huge ass book. So yeah, kind of going a bit overboard, but liking it so far. Something else that is in is asking, can I take your picture? I feel like everyone secretly always wants someone to take a picture of them, especially if they're like looking cute out and about with their friends. So just be the first to offer, and then karmically you will be rewarded. And those same friends will start picking up on it and be like, I should return the favor. And then everyone just gets cute pictures of themselves and everyone wins. Something that is out is driving fast. As my frontal lobe has continued to develop, I've been getting more and more afraid of driving. Something about it, that's not okay. We shouldn't be doing that. And so being in a rush, being late somewhere, I will just be late. I'm not about to start like weaving in and out of cars or like doing like, nope, I'll just be late. Something else that is in is just music, period. I've been listening to a bunch lately. Some albums that stand out are World of Echo by Arthur Russell. Really love that album right now. Same with Beat by Bowery Electric. Been listening to a bunch of songs like Empty Words specifically, just over and over. Lizzie Mercia de Clou is incredible. Like so many good singles, like so much like Mamba and like Samba, like Brazilian but like French influence. It's crazy music if you haven't heard it. And then today I listened to the album Insen by Ryuichi Sakamoto / Alva Noto. They do like ambient music. They've done a lot, but that album specifically just really enjoyed. It was like a very good soundtrack for today, whether you're just like trying to like decompress or read or etc. Good music. Something else that is out is doing anything after 11 p.m. The day is over. Go to bed. Something that's in is half knots. Just like putting it back, but not as a bun, just like as a ponytail and then like blending it into the rest of your hair. Super cute. Love the side profile look of it. Just something that's out is being avoidant. I would much rather just pull the band-aid off and destroy something sacred and beautiful than spend I don't know, weeks cowering and being like, oh, this like prolonged anxiety about breaking it later. This can apply to like a lot of different things, but whatever you think it applies to in your own life, just rip the band-aid off, because it's a win-win either way. Either you just get it out of the way immediately, or it goes better than you thought it would and you're like, oh, I was worrying for nothing. But either way, you avoid the whole like prolonged dread thing. Yeah, just get it over with. Something that's in is vitamins. So I've been taking vitamin D and magnesium. Vitamin D because sunshine and it's winter and Lord knows we need it. But magnesium, I don't know if it's placebo or not, but has been helping me sleep like major. So yeah, I'm vouching for it, although I also know nothing about vitamins. So is that even something it does? I don't know, but I believe it, so it's happening. Um, what else? Oh, YouTube is out for me. It sounds hypocritical, I know, but I stopped watching YouTube videos on my phone like completely, and it has been such like a positive change in my life, just in terms of being able to prioritize more like long form content. Or anytime I get the itch, I can still watch videos like on my computer, but there's an add-on or like an extension. I think I can show you. Okay, sorry. It's called Unhook, and it just hides recommended videos, which is like 90% of what YouTube is just like serving you more things to watch. So this just kind of like breaks like the conveyor belt aspect of it. There's nothing on the home screen at all. So you can look something up directly, but then you're like using it more intentionally and like have to come with something in mind, or just use your subscriptions and then see things that like you care more about, or I don't know, videos that like you want to watch. But even then, like let's say I'm watching Iggy's vlog, there's no like sidebar of like things to watch next, or like when the video ends there's no autoplay of just immediate other video, so you like have to like reset to zero. And this sort of like attention span refractory period of like resetting is so helpful, because it just like breaks me out of like, why am I watching more, like what time is it, like etc. You start thinking for yourself and yeah, just watch less. So yeah, I recommend it if you're trying to like be more productive or just mindful, because I still like watch all the same people, but just a lot less compulsively. Preachy section over. But another thing that is out is caffeine. I cut coffee as well like a monthish ago. Oh my god, so many positive changes. It's crazy how like much of a hold that had on me. Also really like startling how hard it was to quit, which like makes sense, like addiction obviously, but yeah, I did not realize I was that like far gone. The first week was bad, like headaches every day. I was so out of it. But eventually, like after that first week, first like 4 days, honestly, it got a lot more manageable and a lot of positive changes. Namely, the ability to nap is insane. I have not been able to do that for like over a year, and the post lunch nap has been hitting so differently. But yeah, just all around the board. It's just like there's no reason why I should be drinking that. So anxious all the time, was sleeping really badly, super expensive. Like yeah, it's just like a very obvious thing that now that I'm like not doing it, I'm like, yeah, that was kind of stupid. It's also crazy how much time every day I would carve out for like going to retrieve coffee. Yeah, that is out for me. One thing that's in is cooking for others. I'm a broken record, but I'm late to the party, and it is so rewarding, and I'm just glad to be here. It has become like a very central part of our friend group now. Just like rotate who's in charge of like setting up the meal for the day of the week, and there's a lot of us, so it's like getting to be this like huge carousel, and the communal aspect, like the social aspect, such like a good motivator to like improve, because my friends are way ahead of me. I like can cook okay, but like they're on another level, and so I'm struggling to catch up. But improving slowly but steadily, like learning new recipes. It's really fun. Thumbs up. Definitely do it if you're not already. But as I said, I'm like super late to this. I feel like everyone has been noon. But one thing that's out is also obviously editing videos on this channel, like specifically. But I used to like over edit the hell. Like no one cared that much, and I was spending like 12 plus hours on every video, like super lining everything up, like cutting out every stammer thing and like text on it. It was just way too much, and like no one really cared. And yeah, I uploaded a video that was unedited, and the reception was equal, if not like better than normally. And so I was like, why am I doing this in the first place? And it's just been a very positive change to implement. I also like the fact that it just feels more like immediate, where I record and upload in the same day, and it's just cool. I don't know. Remembering that like this is a hobby and for fun, and yeah, I'm just imposing less pressure. Um, Two more ins are 15-minute FaceTime call instead of texting. There's no reason why we should intermittently go back and forth for over an hour when we could just call each other, get it all out there. It's also more intimate because we're like talking out loud and seeing each other. There's not that much to say. 15 minutes is more than enough time. And then, yeah, just use those 40 minutes or something that you save on something else. And then lastly, leaving social situations early. I have been in so many, more than I can count, of like times where I've wanted to go home. I've just not been into like whatever is going on, wherever turn the night has taken. But I don't want to be the first person to leave, so I'm just there kind of sitting and like waiting for someone else to. Like, I wish I was home. I wish I was like just showering and making dinner or reading or sleeping early or anything. Yeah, just do that. Just leave and go home. It'll be awkward for maybe 5 minutes, but especially if like the friend group is like drinking, etc. They have goldfish memory anyways, and will immediately forget, and then you'll just be better off. Yeah, there's no reason not to. Same with canceling plans. Not like flaking. I'm not saying like cancel on other people, but if you by yourself have like plans to blank, whenever blank time comes, just staying home and be like, nah, I'm not doing that. Divine, love that. Did that today, in fact. Was supposed to go to the movies, did not. Don't regret it. Okay, those are the ins and outs of the last month-ish. And now it's time for what's in my bag, because I've seen a plethora of people doing this in the book space. So yeah, Nathan and Kieran and Yenna and Bibliosophie and Cami over on TikTok and Jadon and Iggy both owe one in the backlog. So here's mine. Not star-studded at all. This is just like a very default, like practical bag, but here's mine. Okay, so the bag in question is just like a medium black crescent bagu thing. Pretty cute. Not much to say on it. It's kind of just like the default. And my everyday carry consists of a journal, just to write random things and objects and words down. I've very quickly found out that I love to just keep random lists of like anything. For example, this is just like a list of movies that I've watched, and just writing it down is fun and cute. So I just watched Close Up on the 12th, and that was a goddamn movie, let me tell you. But yeah, keeping it, just like writing down recipes. There's some parts that I'll just like cut out and put somewhere else. Just writing like things that happen in the day. Yeah, just ton of lists. Whether it's just like books I read, movies I watched, songs I like, songs that like transition into each other. It doesn't really matter. I'll just write anything down. Also keep a book always. So right now it's Transit. Although I kind of want to stop. I like just started it, but I know Nathan had asked to do a buddy read, and I got my hands on it, so should probably save that for later so we could do it together. Wallet, keys as well. I mean, these are just kind of boring. I love keychains though, so these weigh like 5 pounds. Camera as well, just the Auto Boy. Right now I'm still chipping away at a Portra 800, I think it is. Deodorant. This is like an e-ink tablet, so I use this for studying. Maybe I can show it off. So it's kind of just like a flashcard app, and it'll just have like random things on there. It is like e-inks or like e-paper, so I use it for like flashcards, and then I also have like a manga app so I can read some stuff. So like here's just like One Piece, I guess, and I have like macros, so like the volume buttons, like switch pages, like zoom in. It's not really showing up, but anyways, yeah, just like to practice reading in Japanese. And yeah, that's mostly what I use it for. It like runs Android, so you can just kind of like get whatever you want, and like it's super minimal. I just like deleted everything except for those two apps, and that's all I use it for. And so it's like a good like study device, like e-reader. You can get like other stuff on it as well, but I haven't really bothered with that. Same with this like flip phone. I feel like I've talked to death about this, but I'm just charging it right now because it's kind of dead. But yeah, just really cute. Not much to say. That's like my study carry, I guess. Like if I'm leaving the house to be productive, I'll just bring those out with me, like emergency contacts, studying, and that's kind of it. Got a gum and a scrunchie. And then I just have like a bunch of garbage, to be honest. Not like actual garbage, but like just pens, like a paint pen, normal pen. This is for eczema. This is just hand sanitizer, playing card, and Band-Aid, sticky notes, and AirPods. And I think that's it. I always have like a water bottle with me. I put a bunch of like vinyl stickers from like the records I buy. Pretty cool. They're all kind of like getting destroyed though. The Jessica Pratt one is like on her last legs. But I like this one, the auto one. And then this doesn't really fit in my bag when I have everything in it. But it's just like a little Bagu also bag. But this one just like hold like a lunchbox. My friend lent it to me, so I'm like returning it. But yeah, that's about it. I don't have too much in my bag. It is just a medium-sized Bagu crescent nylon bag after all. Yeah. But yeah, as I put everything back inside of it. Thanks for watching. That's what was in my bag. That's like some of the books I've been reading and movies I've watched. I don't think I talked about movies that much, but I did watch Close Up like last weekend. I don't even know what day today is, but recently, and it was really good. So I'll talk about that probably at some point. And then once I finish some of the essay books, I'll talk about those too, maybe, or not. Don't really know. We'll figure it out. Bye.